As the coronavirus pandemic stopped millions of employees from going into work, the government announced it would help employers to pay their staff 80% of their salary. Well, today it emerged that at least 20 billionaires have taken advantage of that scheme, even though the Treasury has asked businesses to respect the spirit of the measures. Helen-Ann Smith reports on the furlough fury being aimed at the super rich.
Over the years, I've always tried to break new ground in vacuum technology.
Who would have thought a Hoover could make you the richest man in Britain? Maker of vacuums, fans and hairdryers, James Dyson is worth £16 billion and tops this year's rich list. Last year, that sum wouldn't have made the top three. The current pandemic wiping tens of billions from the books of the super rich.
The first fall of wealth since the financial crisis. Now, some people may be listening to this thinking, oh, get the violins out. Look, may not like the rich, super rich, many people don't. But the awkward thing that we have to contend with is that a lot of these people do create wealth in the UK.
The list comprises many familiar faces from business, arts and royalty. But the questions it poses are new. At a time of financial turmoil, how are the wealthiest responding? Sunday Times analysis has found that 63 millionaires are claiming taxpayer money to furlough their staff. They include the Reuben brothers, joint second on the list, who furloughed some 750 employees at their racecourses and pubs, while Richard Branson has furloughed 8,000 Virgin Atlantic staff and wants the government to bail out his airline.
There's absolutely nothing illegal about wealthy employers using the furlough scheme. They say their businesses are substantially impacted and they're acting to save jobs and safeguard the companies. Many, like the Reuben brothers, have also given millions to COVID-related charities. But at a time when so many are losing so much, plenty still think it's unfair.
Natalie is one of them. She runs a talent agency and work has evaporated.
Every time I talk about it, I choke up. I think this is the first time I've managed to speak and not cry. I feel like I've just lost everything.
But as a director of a limited company, she can't furlough herself and doesn't qualify for other grants or schemes. Things are so bad, she's having to live in a friend's garage.
It just feels so unjust. I just can't get my head around it. And I get really upset when I think about the levels of support and how unfair they are across the tiers. Maybe they've had a drop in income, but they've still got money in their companies. So I don't understand, if they've got money in the billions, how they can be claiming from the taxpayer and from the government.
The government's urged businesses to respect the spirit of the furlough scheme. While the super rich may have taken a hit, scrutiny of them has not. Helen-Ann Smith, Sky News.